How's it going, guys? My name is xLeWa. Today I'm going to be talking about Borderlands 3. Anyways, Gearbox said they were going to be attending PAX East to show off some never-before-seen reveals and content or whatever that means. Everybody thinks it's Borderlands 3, how much they've been teasing the game. It's obviously in the works. It's been in the works for a long time, but they just haven't confirmed anything yet. I'm going to take some time to talk about this and some things that I think should be in the game. These are going to be somewhat simple ideas, nothing too complex, just some basic things I think that they should add to the game. Also, remember, if you have any cool ideas for the game, of course, leave them in the comments below because I could add your idea in a future video and give you some credit for it. I think that'd be a pretty cool series to start. Number 1, game modes. I think that game modes in Borderlands would be pretty cool. Let's imagine this for a second. There's a game mode where you and your friends, or just some random players that you got into a match with, have to kill waves of enemies while collecting their loot, but with a twist. Your inventory size is limited, which brings me this cool idea. All right, listen, give me a chance here. I'm pitching a good idea to Gearbox. Listen up, Gearbox. You kill the enemies, you collect the maximum amount of loot that you can carry, but keep in mind you should pick up the most valuable loot because the items in your inventory are limited. So the higher the value, and the better. You know what I'm trying to say. So you grab the items and you take them back to this drop box. The drop box will automatically add the items together and display the price of all the loot that you collected. Then a countdown will begin, which compels you to stock up on ammo and resources for the next round. The player with the highest value in the collected loot after the final round wins the game, and a few keys to a randomized loot box, kind of like shift keys. So at the end, if you have the highest value in collected loot, you win shift keys or maybe some like legendary keys or legendary weapons. You just get some kind of prize. The other players will get something too for at least playing because everybody wants to win, but the person number 1, of course, will get the bigger prize. Number 2, mods and add-ons through Steam's workshop. I really hope this is already or becomes a thing because I know there are some people out there that are like me and think the workshop is much more simpler than digging into the game's files or using some third-party mod website. I would just love to be able to open the workshop and with a click of a button have a dope fan-made level or just a nice weapon mod or maybe just a cool character add-on. I could see some ways this could ruin some of the elements of the game. That doesn't sound right. I could see some ways, you know what I'm trying to say. I could see some ways that this could ruin the story or the overall gameplay, but I still think it would be a lot less of a hassle to download mods and add-ons if that even is a feature in Borderlands 3. It is a feature in Borderlands 1 and 2. Mods are a feature in like almost every game. What am I talking about? Just make it more simple for the people who are lazy and just want simplicity, all right? Thank you, Gearbox. Please. Idea number 3. An MMO styled home base. I think this would be a pretty cool idea. Not the game, the whole game to be an MMO. There's just home bases that you can go to that are MMO styled. Like there's just like a crazy amount of players at this home base. But when you want to go off and do a story mission or something, you're all on your own. I think this would be an amazing idea. I've never really played Destiny, but this game is a good example for this. Instead of the game being one big MMO with players running around everywhere, there could be some cool home bases where you could just go sell items, accept certain missions, objectives, side missions, or customize your character, or just even customize your vehicle. Also, imagine having a party system that keeps you and your friends connected, going level to level, world to world, or when you return to a home base, your friends would have an option to stick around on that level to maybe do some farming or something, or they can go back to the home base with you. I think that would keep the game fair in terms of PvP, if that's even a feature, or in terms of farming or just player levels. Not a lot of people want to play with some people who are level 50 or higher. The other way around. No, level 50 wants to play with someone who doesn't know shit. But while at the home base, it would be also cool too if you can meet players, you and your friends, because when you're playing with your friends, you have a limited amount of things to trade. You know what I'm saying? But if there's a home base with a lot of people, or just maybe a market with a lot of people on it, where they could put their loot up for sale, or they could like you give them iridium for your loot, or you could just go to the home base and trade with people. You know, it'd be pretty cool. They would have to really know what they're doing. A home base would be awesome.
Number 4.
Custom pre-class setup classes. That's a thing now. We have all experienced the insane amount of times that you have to swap in and out weapons or swap shields in and out to do better towards different enemies, and it could be a hassle sometimes. And I think to fix this is just pre-class setups. If you know what I mean by that, well, if you don't know what I mean by that, imagine the Call of Duty class system thrown into Borderlands. You can have a select class as your weapons and shields, add-ons, and everything that you need for a certain styled level or boss. I could have a flesh class that has my best flesh-based weapons combination, everything I need. And same thing for like a corrosive class, or corrosive doesn't really. Okay, yeah, that would still work. Yeah, a corrosive class and so on. Just so many different classes that are already preset up, so I can just hit start, hit tab or whatever, and switch to a different class without switching out my guns individually, if you know what I mean. I think this would be an amazing feature that could save a little more time while switching in and out weapons, and it would be nice. Numero 5, or in English, number 5. Revisiting old worlds and DLC worlds. A lot of people who played the older, a lot of people who visited the older Borderlands games, I think, would love this idea. So say you complete the game or reach a certain point in the game, and you're presented with the option to maybe travel back to the arid Badlands to kill some good old classic slags, or maybe even do some quests there for the present game, though. Not do the old quests, maybe meet some old people for the kids who are just jumping into Borderlands, and for the veterans of Borderlands. I think that would be pretty fucking awesome. Or maybe even just go back, do some quests. I'm losing myself on this. Or my favorite thing to do is just go back and listen to the classic OSTs or the official soundtrack. I always thought that game soundtrack hold its own place in someone's memory. If you don't have a copy of the game, or you don't want to watch somebody play it, you just simply want to remember good times, it would be it's fun to listen to soundtracks. It just brings back certain memories. It would be cool if you could go back and listen to the soundtrack. If you don't understand what I'm saying, here's an example. And I'm pretty sure all of us have our own little nostalgic memory with that little tune there. And I really love in-game music, and I think a lot of other people appreciate in-game music. Well, if it's good and not overdoing itself. Dude, okay, I kid you not. You can ask my girlfriend. I prefer falling asleep to the sound of a game's soundtrack rather than the sound of a fan. Like, some people are like, I could sleep. I need a fan to be on. I like a game's. What is she doing? Get out of the garbage. What are you doing? Anyways, I like falling asleep to the sound of a game's soundtrack. Recently, I've been listening to Halo ODST. Why can I? Fake fan. Halo ODST. I should really look this up. What the fuck? Yeah. Halo 3 ODST. I mean, I was getting it right. I just thought there was something I was missing. I'm not a fake fan. Shut up. All right. I've been recently listening to the Halo soundtracks. I listened to the Borderlands soundtracks. I listened to the more calm ones because, you don't want to be going to sleep and just randomly fucking hear. You just want to hear. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know. I think it just relaxes my mind, and it kind of takes me back to the certain times, the certain days, the good old days when I would play this certain game all night with my friends, or even play it alone. If you're a loner like me, play it alone. Or sometimes you play with your friends. I play with my friends here and there. But it's just, I don't know. You should try it. Everybody should try it. So at night, preferably, and when you're going to sleep, preferably, put on your favorite game's soundtrack. Go for the more calm approach. Don't go for the fucking dun-dun-dun-dun. And just fall asleep to it. You'll feel the good old days. You'll feel some nostalgia. But anyways, those are things that I think should be added to Borderlands 3. I can't wait for the game. I'm going to be watching it. PAX East, I'm going to be watching the reveals. Hopefully it's not like the Game Awards and you're just sitting on the edge of your seat like Borderlands 3. And it's going to be the longest hour of my life. They're holding an hour-long event, and it's going to be insane. But yes, game modes, mods, and add-ons through the Steam Workshop, an MMO-styled home base, custom pre-class setup classes, revisiting old worlds and DLCs and soundtracks and stuff like that are some things that I think need to be in Borderlands 3. If you guys think I missed anything, or you just have an idea, like I said in the beginning, let me know in the comments down below. I could use your idea in a future video, which would be a pretty cool idea. And thank you for watching. I feel so fucking professional now for completing a video to my liking. Goodbye. Oh yeah, check the description because I'm going to be leaving a Borderlands full official soundtrack link, a video link, and I want you to go to the 5 minute and 15 seconds mark. That is where you'll just love it. All right. Okay. So yeah, do me that favor. Visit that video. Tell them I sent you. Peace out.